We are in the midst of a climate emergency. The latest report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change highlights a code red for humanity, with widespread, rapid and intensifying climate change. In the news every day, we see stories of irreversible trends in sea level rise, increasingly frequent extreme weather events, and impacts on animals and livelihoods. Change in our energy system to eradicate the use of fossil fuels is crucial now. By and large, we have technologies needed. Energy can be generated through renewable sources for both individual households and at a larger scale. Electric vehicles can provide transport. Modern appliances demand little electricity. However, globally, we are largely dependent on fossil fuels for our everyday lives and are far from meeting pressing climate targets. Whilst future innovation will be essential, a transition in our energy system cannot be achieved without understanding and addressing social and cultural aspects.
So this handbook, well, just get it into camera there. This handbook examines the relationship between energy and society. We set out to explore the interconnections between the globally organised fossil fuel energy system and the changing structures of society. Energy and society touches all aspects of our lives and incorporates questions on what we use energy for, not just where it comes from. The handbook includes contributions from 50 experts who look across 4 different themes: energy services and the making of markets, looking across the history of exploiting coal, oil and gas, how electricity markets emerged and shape what we do, social divisions in energy and society, particularly access to energy and inequalities in energy employment, energy governance, policies and politics, and the climate consequences of fossil energy and considering energy futures, including there how new technologies and ways of doing things take shape in society. That includes peer-to-peer energy trading, marine renewable energy, moving towards more democratic production and governance of our energy system.
So where does this leave us? Some of the key issues that are highlighted in the handbook include transport. So thinking about mobility, in particular the dominance of private vehicles at the moment, and inequalities in transport across regions and socio-demographic groups. So we have some specific case studies in the handbook that look at particular transport patterns. Heating and cooling is also highlighted as a key issue. That's for both buildings and water. And one of the challenges is ending the waste of energy in poorly insulated buildings in lots of different regions of the world. We also look at social justice, thinking about access to energy and making sure that everybody has access to energy. And also the ability to join in the energy sector in terms of jobs and careers. So particularly looking at things like inequalities according to gender and how different groups have different levels of access to particular roles. And then a fourth sort of key issue that's highlighted is around questions for the need for energy. So how society might prosper amidst less energy demand, and thinking about how we can use less but actually prosper more with different ways of doing things. So that leads us on to the value of this book, and it's a really, really helpful contribution for helping you to understand different sociological perspectives on achieving the energy transition. This is useful for supporting advanced undergraduate students in social studies of energy and guiding researchers in understanding the current state of knowledge and developing new projects in energy and society. It's also a really valuable resource for those contributing to public discussion, policy making and thinking. For example, NGOs, trade associations, people working in campaigning organisations, and energy and environment consultants. It can also support people to participate in this debate, holding political leaders to account and understanding different contributions to and responsibilities for delivering transition in our energy system.
So in conclusion, we hope that people will read and enjoy the book, We think it will help to overcome preconceptions and misunderstandings and give people new ideas about transformational change in energy systems. So go back, read those news stories in a new light after reading the book, and get involved in the debate about how we achieve change.